Welcome back to the Radley College Tennis Court for our series on the skills and tactics of doubles play. I'm joined once again by Henry Hemman, the professional from the Oratory School. Henry, we're now on the forehand side of the hazard end. How is this player going to set up in a doubles rally?
So this player will tend to be slightly towards their half of the court when this ball is in that forehand side. However, when the ball's in the backhand side, they might opt to be a little bit more central as their partner creeps further forwards.
So how does this player play the timbre?
So when the ball is in this forehand corner, every ball going towards the timbre is this player's. If the ball misses the timbre, they're off the hook, their partner's got that one covered. But anything going towards the timbre, they need to be in that mindset that it will hit the timbre every single time, because that's their ball as their partner covers all the misses. Off this timbre, you've got a few options. The best one tends to be just pushing that ball into that forehand corner, again putting that pressure on the player on the back of the court.
How are you going to respond if it's low timbre or high timbre?
So if it's low timbre, you've got to really push yourself and commit to that ball. Your partner will leave that ball for you, as that's where a bit of uncertainty can come in, because if it misses that timbre and they've covered the timbre, they're missing that ball every time because it doesn't quite reach that back wall and pop up. So this player here should really push themselves forwards to take on that ball. Sometimes the player by the grill will go forwards to take it. If they do, you sit back and give them space and hope they get it over the net. On a higher timbre, you've got a lot more time. So you've got more options which become open to you. If it comes deeper, you want to probably take this ball on the volley. Again, nice simple ball towards that forehand corner, because if you leave it and it comes into this corner, you're in a little bit more trouble and you're blind-sighted. As you turn in here, your opponents could move to whatever position they want. They might creep forwards and apply a bit more pressure on that volley. If the ball goes high and comes shorter out towards this winning gallery, you can then attack on the forehand side. You can go for a force. What I like to do is to boast that ball into the main wall, either for a main wall dead on or just a tricky ball to read coming in off that side wall.
So now for that ball that's coming across court from the server side backhand corner, what are you looking to do as this particular player?
So I'll just swap places with you here, Ben. So the player at the forehand corner moves a little bit more central as their partner moves up to cover that timbre. And that's because they can then cover anything lobbed or over this player, but equally they need to be cautious now of this main wall ball that will then come in off that back wall and towards them. You don't ever have to be any further than this blue line because that ball will end up picking up spin off that main wall and it will come in towards you. So the ball will be struck around this center line. You also need to be cautious of anything around this winning gallery or this forehand corner, but being in this position, you should have that fairly covered because in a singles court, you'd be a little bit more central and you should still be able to cover those balls.
Between this player and the player in front of the grill, how do you find a chase?
So chases will typically be found by the player a little bit higher up once you're into the rally. Reason being is they've got a great angle at both the galleries and behind this gallery player, like that nick under the dead on which I spoke about earlier. If you're back here, you can't really take on those galleries just because there's a player who will be poaching forwards trying to get that volley. However, early on in the rally, those early galleries, so a door, first gallery, sometimes that second gallery, are quite accessible, especially if you're tight here. Now that sounds counterintuitive because they're a harder angle to hit when you're into this forehand corner, but your opponent will be a little bit deeper once they've served, so they are open for the first couple shots.
So the purpose of playing out the rallies and playing relatively defensively is to wait until you find that opening to hit that chase.
Exactly. So we want an opening, be that something on this back penthouse or back wall, not necessarily always looking for a chase, but just looking to apply a bit of pressure, a bit of pace, looking for a racket error, or if those galleries become accessible, because on a loose ball, the player around the galleries might just drop back and be happy to give you a gallery and defend that dead on.
Well, hopefully that will be helpful for the next time you're out here on a doubles court.
see the players on court now, having a little bit of discussion with marker Darren Long, who looks ready to hop in just in case needed. So all very relaxed ahead of this second semi-final of the day on day 2 at the World Championships. Bryn looking very businesslike. Ben's got the tracksuit trousers off already. He's fired up as they look to get the warm-up underway. So as we say, great crowd here at Morton Moor. There's a lot of people very excited for the tennis. Beautiful summer's evening. It's been a few drinks. There's been a great first semi-final. Here's to a long and high quality evening of tennis ahead. I'm Bendit Yorston. Joining me in the commentary booth for this first set is Giles Dawn.
Thank you very much, Ben. Good to make the dash through our little studio across to our commentary booth over on the other side of the court. I can absolutely confirm, absolutely verify that the place is buzzing on this Thursday night. There is the dead on is filling up very, very nicely, and the side galleries are filling up with people as well. Clearly anticipating a great match to conclude. And I think one of the things I've been really impressed with being here is, Morton is not the biggest club in the world. It's not got the might not have the kind of facilities or capabilities that maybe other clubs have immediately to hand, but they've put on a really good show the last kind of couple of days, and I think it's a great example to show clubs big or small around the world can host these types of things and host them well, and really kind of get people excited, get people enthused about this part of rural Warwickshire can host fantastic events like this. It's a really, really great to see.
Yeah, absolutely. Obviously, some clubs are sort of blessed with a little more infrastructure than others. If you're part of a big sports centre, or you've got a bit more of a clubhouse, or dining facilities, those sorts of things. And obviously that helps. But what I think I'd really say is that what makes a tournament, it is so much the people that organise it. They put so much thought into this week. We've got great food provisions going on. We've got a great lively atmosphere back at the Dead On with the bar as well. I know that the players have really enjoyed how they've set up the facilities here. It's proper professional setup. Obviously on the AV side as well, the AV wizard Ben Gatenbeek with his more than 30 camera angles, allowing all of you to feel almost as if you are here. It's almost as good as the real thing as you tune in from home. As we see a player who needs very little introductions profile on screen. It is the best player in the world, the best doubles player in the world from America. It's Camden Riviere.
Yeah, he needs no introduction, but we've given him one anyway. Current world singles champion, current world doubles champion as well. He's won. I mean, just look at that. He's won everything all the time. Like you say, the man needs no introduction whatsoever, and just looking very, very chilled, very relaxed. He knows exactly what kind of task is ahead of him, and I think he's going to be absolutely instrumental for this pair to find their way into the final.
Absolutely, and long-time doubles partner Tim Chisholm alongside him.
Again, a man who's won pretty much everything. There you go. Look at.
I think Ben's hoping that these guys don't win the whole thing, because otherwise he won't be able to fit their US Open championships on screen if they add any more to that long list. Obviously not triumphing this year in 2026. First year since 2011 that Cam has not won a doubles open, so some chinks in the impenetrable armour, although as Cam put it, he'll take one loss in 13 years. It's not a bad record. So we can see here that one loss at the top of our screen to Steve Virgona and John Lumley, the number 2 seeds on the opposite side of the draw in this tournament. What an epic match that was in Chicago. Tournament history in the world champs there. They didn't lose that 2022 one in Bordeaux. That's got the score, I think, just inverted. So they won that one in straight sets against John and Steve, and then the more extended version in 2024 as well. What a record from these two. So I think probably something we'll be looking at early on is how Tim's moving around the court. He's had, I think 7 new hips in the last couple of years. So, the fact that he's still able to play at such a high level is absolute testament to both his hands and also his hard work to get back to fitness, year after year, and keep coming and playing at the very highest level alongside sort of similar aged pro Rob Fahey. So it's awesome to have those two legends of the game still playing at such a high level. So it'll be interesting to see, whether he can keep that movement going, whether the 4 long sets of tennis yesterday will help him, and help him to have his eye in, to really be feeling like he's moving well, or whether there might be a fitness element as we go along. So remains to be seen as we switch to the other side of the net and look at Washington professional, hailing from the UK, made the move across the pond last year, Ben Taylor Matthews, the world number 5 doubles player.
Yeah, Ben has Ben's career is very much indicative of someone who's been right at the very top of the sport. You can see some of the dates going on here. US Open champion back in 2010. His ability to maintain good levels of fitness and to keep himself, within that kind of top 5, top 6 ranking over such a long period of time. It's actually, I think it's sometimes a bit of an underrated facet of being an elite sports person. If we contrast that, let's say, with Bryn, who we're seeing on screen now, head professional at Queen's. Bryn is now starting to come back into playing a little bit more, having had some injuries and surgery of his own. But still, I think despite that, looking very comfortable on the court. It's not kind of running away or kind of flinching from the physicality of some of these kind of events. And I think one thing that we definitely heard and talked about for both these players is they're consistent and solid players. And I think because of that, they actually complement each other really quite well. They came up against Cam and Tim at the semi-final not that long ago at the US Open. But they'll definitely take some comfort from the fact that that US Open was a couple of 6-5s that didn't go their way. So they're going to take some comfort from that. They could see that there'd be a couple of different options for them to do well.
Yeah, and that the pattern of that World Championship match currently taking the exact sort of same outcome. You see they won that 3rd set there in 2024. So remains to be seen whether this will go exactly the same way and a 5-1 victory to the world champs, or whether Ben and Bryn can pull another 2 sets, another 3 or more out of the bag. But they'll have to turn around a 3-0 head-to-head record against them. So a bit more of a sort of country matchup here. Obviously we had the mixed pairs with lots of Aussie representation previously, but we've got an all-American, all-UK star setup here. As we have a little look at the IRTPA World Doubles rankings, we really do have the 8 very best doubles players in the world here. Bryn sneaking above Leon Smart, recently to jump back up into the world top 8 after a little period out from injury. Tim actually overtaking Rob Fahey as well after the US Open. Rob and Nick having to withdraw due to an injury to Nick earlier this year. Ben up in 5th, and then of course Camden at the top. So here's how the tournament is looking at the moment. We do of course have our confirmed finalists from America, where they hail club-wise. Obviously John from the UK originally. John and Steve go into Saturday's final. So make sure you've got that in your calendar for Saturday afternoon. Either to come and join us on the stream again, or indeed to go to the Morton Morrill Real Tennis website. Check out some of the remaining tickets there are tickets to cater for everyone. You can get yourself into the dead-on at a pretty penny, but it's worth it, or you can come and join those of us on the commentary when we're not commentating, standing in the side galleries, witnessing the ridiculous sheer pace of the ball off these players' rackets, because as great as it looks on the stream, you really only appreciate the pace that these guys are hitting the ball when you see them in person. Would you agree, Giles?
Absolutely. So let's just plug that website. mmtcc.org is the place for you to go to check out the tickets that are available. And yeah, I have to say, watching some of the tennis earlier today from the galleries, I actually think watching doubles is better from the galleries than I think watching it in the dead-on. You just get such a different view, such a different perspective on the pace and the variation that you see going on here. Neil Mackenzie in the assistant markers box here, and we're about to hear, I think, from tonight's marker, which is the recently installed head professional, Darren Long.
For the second semi-final, day 2. Please can I ask all spectators to respect the players at all times, make sure mobile phones are on silence. Please make sure the point is completed before you celebrate whoever you're supporting. Introducing the players at the serve end, we have the defending champions who lead 3 sets to 1, Camden, Riviere and Chisholm. At the hazard, we have Ben and Bryn. It is first to 5 sets. Serving, please. Camden to serve. Bryn to Camden.
A little discussion
Ben to
there,
receive.
showing that Ben and Bryn clearly keen for Ben to be on Camden.
$15 love.
First blood to the underdogs.
Time, please.
That just touched the top of the table
15 up.
above the penthouse, I think. Possibly not. Oh, lobbed that one into the grill.
Lovely finish from Tim, but I mean,
30-15.
Camden's pace getting shown there.
Hazard.
Oh,
Second gallery.
caught the post.
Interesting call for a hazard there from Ben. From
Hazard second.
Darren, rather. I must say, I thought that one might have gone in to the winning gallery
I
without
was-
hitting the post
Score is still
myself, but
30-15.
the marker is always right, so
I
it
was-
must have hit the post.
I was about to write down winning gallery on my notepad here.
Hopefully we can get a slow-mo replay.
$40-15, one chase.
So yeah, Camden just still chuntering a little bit about that winning gallery. I was just going to say actually that we kind of saw the benefit of his pace here. You don't see it quite so much in doubles as singles, but a couple of pickups there where Ben had just missed the dead on, running pretty quickly down the middle of the court, and yet Camden able to cover the distance without much difficulty and sweep it back. Obviously a real asset to have when Tim knows that all he's got to do is cover the ball that goes in the dead on, because anything that misses, low, wide, Camden's there to sweep it up. So courtesy of that hazard, we do see Ben and Bryn down the service, and they were clearly wanting Ben matched up against Camden,
second gallery.
waiting for confirmation on who the serve was before electing who was going to receive. I think that's probably more going to be about the serve than about the return, so let's see what Ben does here.
Hazard second.
Bryn reading that one, just getting up to cover the galleries on the hazard, but good width from Camden there. So it is 1-love to the number 1 seeds.
Chase the line.
Great serve from Bryn.
Really great serve. We've seen a lot of those.
Gave Tim very little angle to work with, but he did find pretty much the one chase angle he could find. Chase the line. Perhaps aiming it down as sort of revenge for the Rob winning gallery he suffered a few points ago.
Oh no!
Yeah,
Ben Bryn will be upset about that. He was a long way up the court. Had plenty of time to pick his winner, and he popped it onto the roof.
Missing draw, missing dead on small margins, so it is the number 4 seeds that get the point eventually.
Oh, he's found his way into the grill.
Glorious defense from Bryn there. Tim's taken that pretty far up the court, nailed it. Bryn's far up himself, so not much time to react, but a solid 2 hands on the volley.
That penthouse shot was racing away from Tim. He wasn't quite ready for the variation that Ben was able to get on that penthouse shot.
Wow, awesome hands from the world champion up in the hazards. Did so well there. Tim just even get that serve back with a bit of difficulty, and then Cam driving up towards the hazards in such quick hands there, winning the exchange with Bryn, managing to get one round behind him.
Tim looking a little bit saddened there about some of the returns that he's putting in.
You see Cam getting so far up the court, you know, he's standing almost at hazard the door, which takes time away from him and the opponent. So if when he's got the hands to deal with it, such kind of aggressive move from him to take the game to his opposition. So chase the line to defend here. Tim's going to go up to cover the galleries, and he does.
Oh, he's pushed it a bit too high.
40-30, chase better than 4.
I think that's clearly part of Ben's idea to try and get errors out of Tim.
On chase.
Great cut volley there from Ben. Wins the chase better than 4. No easy feat in a doubles game.
I mean, Bryn's reactions on some of these have been absolutely incredible.
Hazard, 11.5.
Bit of a softer ball there from Tim to create a hazard chase.
Thirty up.
40 love, one chase.
So I was starting to think that the first kind of couple of points in this match had been felt like they were very much at a different kind of pace. It felt a lot slower than maybe some of the tennis we've seen already. But I think now that we're kind of almost 3 games in, we're really starting to see a bit more pace. Particularly some of these volleys are really starting to pick up, creating some opportunities here for Cam and Tim.
40 love, the swing is in.
I think you're going to expect some quite serious gallery chasing here on a hazard chase.
Hazard, better than half a yard. Time please. That's the game. That's 2 games to 1. Chase the line. Thanks, man.
That's absolutely beautiful hands there from Ben.
15
We've
love.
had a lot of winning galleries on court today. Ben obviously had a beautiful one yesterday to take a set, and very nice volley there.
Almost had another winning gallery there from Bryn this time.
Had winning gallery to aim at. Tim staying back in the court, but just over hit. Ridiculous hands from Ben Taylor Matthews on the volley defence there. Kept them in the rally. Tim having to dive to all corners of the court, and then Bryn finds a winning gallery. Awesome tennis.
Oh! Out of court. 40-15, one chase.
Starting to feel a little bit there's a bit of an obvious plan from Ben and Bryn to really take Camden out of the equation in this. Tim is between the two of them probably the one who's going to be creating more errors, but what we're seeing here, we're seeing some fantastic tennis from all the players.
40-15, receivers lead.
Quite quiet.
Chase the line.
He's not getting a lot of action.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think he'll be able to counter that quite quickly. With the movement as good as his, they can change formation, can jump around and really kind of try and impose himself on the game. But I think it is a good tactic from Ben and Bryn to try and limit that as much as possible. Good example there. Cam can step across and intercept the ball, but if it then makes him stretch a little bit more, make him move a bit more, get just out of position, he can make an error like that.
On fault.
Darren has called it.
Thrilled with the fault call from Neil.
court. 15 all.
No, I think it was Darren who called it out, but I think Neil was content with it being in.
Thirty 15. Fault.
Good defense of his head from Tim there. What a strike
Sure,
from
that's a
Ben.
pass.
Just unbelievable pace on that ball, and it's done for Cam's strings.
New racket, please. Or new strings, please. It's not been very long. It's only been 3-4 games. But it's given the folks from the UK a bit of a chance to take the lead in this game.
Yeah, I mean that's a pretty good example there of Bryn just opting to go down the line, straight back at Tim, keep the pressure on him, and just make him play one more shot.
3-2.
That one just a little
15 love.
high on Bryn, I think. That's better.
That's it up.
Very nice change up from Cam, just put it down the middle. Just that half a second of hesitation from Ben and Bryn, not sure who's going to take it.
Started seeing that a little bit last couple of sets this afternoon. Just straight down the middle. New tactic.
Stroke. Game, that's 3 games up.
Cam and Tim were definitely behind in the last kind of couple of games there, so they'll be pleased to get 4 points strung out quickly to get themselves back to parity in this 5th set.
Last gallery. Second gallery. 2 chases level.
Ben and Bryn opting to call time on receiving all of these serves and putting some fairly safe returns of serve into some galleries to give themselves a chance to come at the serving end and have a go themselves. The live chat is open. Do let us know where you're joining us from and also how you see this is going. This has been a very level game, or a very level set to begin with. Love to hear your predictions about how many more sets we're going to see.
Rare
15 love, chase the second
on the
gallery.
return serve from Camden.
I'm going to say that's his first unforced error for, well, probably today.
Lost it.
Beating second gallery, that's drifted towards the door.
Yeah, Cam pretty frustrated with that one. Almost wonder whether he's tried to hit that a little bit too hard as a result of Ben firing one through his racket a minute ago. That's a little loose. As is that. let off there. Ben walloping that towards the grill, just catching Bando, but gets the outcome anyway. Tim perhaps caught out a little bit by that ball not going into the grill. Not sure Darren wants to duck into the court on a railroad. You might want to go the other direction.
Chase.
Yeah, good lead from Bryn there. Waiting for Ben to sweep it up, but that one just rolling out of the neck. Tough one.
Yeah, Ben not fancying that one. Some great replays of Ben and Bryn serving. You can also see dead on here at Mortimer filling up very nicely. Plenty of support for these semi-final matches today.
Lost it. 15-40.
Yeah, a bit of a free swing at that one on better than 3.
Bit too much overhit.
Interesting stat there. That the service points one's actually higher for Cam and Tim, even as they're a little bit behind in this set.
I think that's for the match.
Game.
That would do it.
But Tim producing an error on the
4
floor,
games to 3.
giving Ben and Bryn the advantage once again in set number 5.
Go. Time, please.
More pot shots at Darren along the marker. He's played this game plenty of times, he'll be fine. That's also another rare sight, Camden Riviere being beaten for pace on the floor.
Second gallery. 2 chases.
So it kind of does feel a little bit at the moment like the plan to kind of target their attention towards Tim is paying some dividends in this part of the match.
Score is level. Chase more than a yard worse than the last gallery.
They're going to probably make more advantage of that with Cam and Tim now receiving. Bryn back to the high serves.
On the chase.
Oh, almost bowled Bryn there for width.
Oh,
wow.
Great hands from Ben at the net there, just finding those daggered balls into the main wall. Camden, with a little hint of fortune, one of those flying back off the frame, gets the point there.
Oh!
Starting to see a little bit of a change in Bryn's high serve. He's got some that he's really pinpointing right on the edge of the penthouse and the wall, and others that not getting there at all.
Second gallery, 2 chases. That's it up.
It's been pretty quick stuff. I know that the last match that we were seeing, we had a real kind of 65-minute epic of a first set of a 6th set between Rob and Nick and John and Steve. I think we've only just ticked over half an hour in this one. Games do seem to be flying by quickly.
Fantastic ball there. Far, far better than last gallery. That would have won a lot of chases. Well played. Great serving response here from Tim. Yeah, I think part of it is actually just the pace of the serving between points. As you see here, Tim and Cam really keen to get on with it. Serving so quickly, point to point.
Yeah, such quick hands from Tim there. Just putting a racket in the way. Bryn had no real chance of getting that back from the forehand corner. And we move ourselves back to parity once again, 4-all in the 5th set.
I think that's Cam's favourite serve, when he can get it rolling, when he can get the right length. The sidewall railroad just makes it so hard to hit anything aggressive as a returner. Couple of hazard chases, but yeah, I mean, in terms of serving quickly, I mean, you generally want to play a quicker pace of game when you're on top and slow it down when you're behind. I also think Tim and Cam obviously will have half an eye on the final. You know, they're certainly needing to finish this match off, but they themselves will be believing that they're going to be in that final. And with half an eye on that, there's fatigue of losing sets, there's fatigue of spending more time on court, but there's fatigue not just of playing more, but just time on court as well. So I think part of why they might want to play, you know, quick points is the quicker they can be finished, the quicker they can get off the court. They're going to feel like that benefits their preparation. But obviously, if it comes at the cost of losing a set, of you know, taking their eye off the ball and not playing at the level they need to finish this match, then that's the worst possible outcome. Yeah, it's a good choice from Cam. Obviously, it's so hard to defend hazard chases because there's just so many options available to them. That long drive from Cam between Bryn and Ben, good option.
Yeah, neither player really having a chance to find a response.
Big point. Yeah, nice choice from Bryn. Cam almost stepping forwards to try and cover hazard second in the winning, but plays a short post. Tim can't get there. Huge game, this one. Yeah, Cam plays that shot so well. He did it a couple of times yesterday where he's so far up the court that a lot of players wouldn't risk the main wall because it's kind of hard to keep it down, but he cuts it so it drops off the wall. Yeah, keeps it from going onto the penthouse. Such a good shot. And he does it again.
Back to back dead on. We've not had any for
40-15.
Not had any in today's play so far. We've just seen 2 on the bounce.
Ben pinged one in, didn't he?
I'm just one down.
I think you've done Ben a bit harsh there. I think he did fire one past him. So it is 5-4 to the number 1 seeds. Ominous signs with the back-to-back dead-ons from Camden there. Great finish from Bryn. Cam looking for that second gallery, just going low, and really, really tight ball from Bryn, catching the main wall tambour.
That's 15, love. Oh!
Obviously, big benefit to Cam being the lefty in front of the grill and the tambour, but there's a benefit to also being the one on the other side of the court, because he can take it from behind him. So that main wall tambour, he can defend so much better in a way that lefties and the double-handed backhand can get round, whereas hard for Tim ending behind him.
Bit of a horrible swipe of a return from Tim in that last point.
Yeah, it's not
bit of a cheap point there.
Don't want to be giving 3 points at this stage.
Last gallery.
Yeah, that's a good option. Cam had kind of gone for it on the first point of the game. Tim just curls that one into last, and it's almost as good as the point because it's a tough ball to defend for Bryn and Ben when they change ends.
Oh no.
Slightest element of miscommunication there. Again, just half a second. I mean, I think they'll be happy that miscommunication ended in a chase rather than a point there. You know, they're at 30 love, last gallery to try and attack, but changing with a 30 love lead versus a point, I think they'll prefer that. They already were going to change ends.
I was going to, yeah.
It could have been easily, one of them could have swiped at it, put it into the net. There comes a point where if you've already got one chase, you'd take the second chase.
Yeah, you might as well.
You can at least have a swing at it. Worse than 5 is tough, but they can have a swing at it.
But they can attack worse than 5. You know, they can. I think they've got the tools for that.
Yeah. Good finish from Cam. Just an overhit cut volley. 15-30. So big point here. Worse than 5. Is it 30 all or 45? Backhand corner. Oh, that is so good. That is so good. There was one volley from Tim there that I thought might have just been going to miss lose the chase, but Ben and Bryn did so well to maintain their length in that rally.
Great change up there from Ben with just a...
And he takes full advantage, saw the weakness in Tim at the net there, making one mistake, goes for it down the line, catches him just perhaps a little by surprise as he moves up to the galleries.
5-all.
5-all.
Ooh.
You see how Tim and Cam just change setup there, but even so, they're still finding Tim wherever he is on the court. But it's an error from the other end.
Oh no, it's 2.
Bryn will like these couple of points back. Big return for Ben here. They need this point.
Oh, Tim left it.
Targeting Tim, perhaps just a little bit caught on the back of his feet. He was far up the court there. Chase a yard. That's huge.
Great chase.
That is huge. Oh, what a finish into the dead on. Ben and Bryn leaving nothing to chance there. A slight miscommunication in the middle, but instead of both leaving it, they both played it. It got over, and Bryn finds a beautiful drive.
Oh no!
What?
Tickled the net tape.
Margins, the difference between 30-15 and 2 chases versus 40-15 and a chase, massive. So
It set up a couple of set points for the Americans.
2 set points. The first one on each chase a yard, so I think it's pretty likely we're going to see Ben and Bryn take the first point, even as long as it's a kind of reasonably tight serve. So it's still gonna leave one free swing at a set point.
40-15.
Camden, but
chase a yard.
they're going to be keen to attack the dead on this one. Can Cam find a dead on? No.
Can't even get it over the net.
Didn't give him a big swing. You've got to go aggressive on the return when it's a 1 yard. So I think always likely to go that way. But it's a proper set point now. And it's Cam and Tim's turn for a little miscommunication in the corner. Give a couple of chances. Bryn does not need a third. He drives that one, draws the error from Tim, and it's back to Juice. We are at absolute parity in this 5th set.
It's our first Juice match of the set.
Cam dashing from side to side, covering Tamba, covering the ball cross court. Takes a chase. Huge point here.
Ben was not keen to play that shot at all.
What's Ben going for here? A loopy railroad? No.
It's probably going to be another conventional railroad.
Chance. Oh, Ben Taylor-Matthews found a winning gallery on set point yesterday. Finds a winning gallery to bring up set point today. What composure. Bryn's fired up. He gestures to the crowd to make some noise, and they duly oblige. What a finish on a tight angle there.
We're gonna need to put together a compilation reel of Ben Taylor-Matthews and these winning gallery shots. They are absolute poetry.
Great hands from Cam, but
there
Ben
it is.
lifts it in. Look at the mirrored fist pump. Makes some noise. Screams.
Dead on goes wild. Set point for the Brits. Chase 5.
Oh, no way. No way.
Service wall boast into the grill.
It dropped awkwardly. Cam, I think if a lot of players did that, we'd call it luck, but I've seen him do that so many times over the years. He knows what he's doing. That's what he's aiming for. What a shot. And that one flies in as well. It's back-to-back grills from the world #1 doubles player, and it brings up a set point in the other direction.
Time, please.
Oh, ouch.
Yeah, don't stand in winning gallery.
Didn't
Last
sound
gallery,
good.
rather.
Have another go.
Bang.
Done it.
Wow, what a swing of momentum. It is Cam really coming to the fore there. They were set point down, had an awkward ball, finds a grill, finds a second one, and then draws the error, and it is a 4-1 set lead to the world #1s.
Cam to serve. Ben to receive, level.
Going to keep the same serves for start of the 6th set.
second gallery.
So once again, it's a set decided by 1 point, Joss.
Oh, wow.
There we go. Not to be outdone by the pair across the net. Tim fires in a winning gallery of his own.
Worse than 6.
And that's the second chase.
I'm going to change things up in the commentary box as well. Ben Yawson's going to keep you company for the second set, but you're now going to be joined by Lewis Williams.
That was a lot of fun watching from the side galleries, but looking forward to hearing the insight of Benedict Yorston into this match instead.
Yeah, what did you make of that first set, Lewis?
It was a lot of fun, pretty high octane, wasn't it? Lots of fantastic shots from everybody, to be honest. Everyone playing well. Nice to see Ben and Bryn really taking it to Tim and Cam, obviously 3-1 down after day one. Great that they've sort of come out swinging. Bit unfortunate in that last set not to manage to get that one. How about yourself?
Yeah, they'll be annoyed. They said kind of coming into this that what would they do differently to Chicago? They'd win the 6-5s, and it's been a tough repeat of that in that set there.
Yeah, so close, but it's not over yet. You know,
It's not over yet.
Seen bigger deficits be chased down, so let's see what they can come up with in this set. Looking pretty confident as a pair, looking pretty fired up for it as well. That's what we'd like to see.
Have you seen much difference in their play today compared to yesterday? Think they've been doing much differently from your perspective?
Felt like they've been targeting Tim a little bit more. I don't know if you've thought that as well. I mean, it's a slightly different view from the side gallery.
Oh, great effort on the squash shot backward bows from Bryn there. Almost gets his just rewards, but it trickles over for a chase instead off Camden's racket.
He's done well there, isn't he? Done well when it's flushed to the back. Done well to get that over. Yeah, I mean, it felt to me like they're targeting Tim a little bit more. Tough, obviously, to do, and I said this on day one when I was commentating. It's not like Tim's by any stretch a bad player. It's just Cam is possibly a little bit of a step ahead.
Yeah, all things relative.
Yeah, all things relative, and I think that they've had a bit of success avoiding Cam, but ultimately when it mattered, Tim and Cam found a way to close it out at 5-all. Oh, what a shot from Tony Matthews.
What a touch.
It's not the cleanest shot I've ever seen, but incredible bravery getting right up there. Wow, what a ball.
Than the second gallery.
Tight serve from Cam.
40-30.
Good serve, wasn't able to back it up.
Hazard. Second gallery.
Tim trying to add to his winning gallery count again. Not
40-31
quite
chase.
finding it on that occasion. Yeah, I think they've definitely targeted Tim a bit, which is no easy task given the movement of Camden and Tim around the court. As we see here, the set 5 summary, pretty tight. More points in it, I would say, than I'd have expected there. Clearly, some of the games won by Ben and Bryn a little bit closer than the ones by Tim and Cam, because 6 points for a 5-all set points both directions is a surprisingly large deficit, really.
Especially the serves one as well, 56% to 46%, like you say, for a 5-all juice.
Yeah,
I feel like it might be slightly more even than that.
I think 2 really big moments in that set where Cam came to the 4 was 2 back-to-back dead-ons kind of in the middle of the set, and then 2 back-to-back grills in that 5-all game. Really just that extra
One of
bit
them
of quality.
boasted off the service wall.
Off the service wall.
It's an incredible shot.
Ridiculous shot.
At a key moment, no less. I was about to say that I think Bryn's served his high serve a lot better today than yesterday as well. That was the other thing.
Yeah, I think him and Rob have looked the best at hitting that high serve. Rob kind of found his range late in the 4th yesterday, and it was effective against John today and Bryn today as well. Just, yeah, slightly better range on it. Could be good.
Pretty effective shot from Tim though. That's why he's been at the top of the game for so long. These attacking volleys. So good.
First gallery.
Doing a good job of getting the serve back, isn't he? He's been hitting quite a few, sort of chase the line, first gallery, doesn't seem to care what the chase is, just wants one and get up the service end.
Yeah, he's hit those well. I think that's clearly an important shot in doubles. Do you think that's the most effective way to change ends? Is that kind of what you're looking for in a doubles match, or are you looking for another way to get down the service end?
I think it varies depending on who you're playing and you know the stylistics of it. Sometimes I feel I'm quite attacking from the receiver's end, feel pretty comfortable there, and I'm not too desperate to get the service end. But there's other matches where it seems vitally important. You just got to be serving, and clearly Tim feels that way about this one.
Lost it.
Ooh, well judged by Cam there.
Had it covered.
30 love.
Not quite
Chase the
reaching the
first
yellow line
gallery.
here at Watermore. The new floor. Good serve again. Kept it tight.
40 love.
Yeah, great serve on first gallery. Cam's turn for an uncharacteristic volley error.
Feels like it doesn't matter so much at 40 love up there.
So it's a little bit more of a freebie, isn't it?
See if they can close it out. It's just such good defence.
He just can't miss the grill at the moment, Cam.
Taylor Matthews has absolutely melted that force down the middle. Mach 10.
He's trying to
Kind
break
of
another
cushioned
string
it.
on his racket, but he's
Straight.
pinged that one in.
Sky high lobbed grill. Unbelievable. Oh, straight into the last gallery off the penthouse. This is the danger for Ben and Bryn now. Letting Cam and Tim sort of run away with it. Got to try and find a way.
Yeah, we talked
It was
a
as
little
good as it.
earlier. It was as good as it, and then Ben put it in just so Tim got the ring of the bells as well. We were talking earlier about how quickly Tim and Cam try and play between points at the service end. Kind of, it's a real pace of it, and that's where they can just run through a pair.
Yeah, the quick serving is sometimes you don't notice it as a receiver. Next thing you know, barely a second gone by, and you sort of lost 2 or 3 points, and it's, you know, it gets you. Bryn also is taking a lot of balls off the timbre, so he's defending grill, and then as he's seen it hit timbre, he seems to be taking quite a few balls off there compared to yesterday. So you know the typical expectation would be you'd leave that ball to Ben to play on his backhand, and you to cover the grill. But he's reading it so well, he seems to be getting there very early, taking it off the timbre himself.
I think that's partly to kind of take time away from Cam and Tim where he can.
A few shouts of come on Team GB from the fans here at Mortimer.
That near winning gallery, but as good as in the end. And it is 3 points for 3 love to the ominous looking number 1 seeds.
Oh, great shot from Sayers there.
Great one too. Kept it tight down the line, didn't give Cam any width, and then just pops it in the hazards. Beautifully done.
That one not quite making over, and they do pull ahead to a 3-love lead in this 6th set. Looking very keen to close it out and deliver a 5-1 victory, which is what we saw in the match earlier on today. Which again was a fantastic match. Rob Fahey on fire. I see Gordon Tanner in the comments here talking about Rob having the best performance of the day. Of the week, he says.
Yeah, 5-1 will not just be the same as today, but actually both matches following exactly the same scorelines as the last World Championships it would be, if it went that way. We had 2 5-1s there between the same matchups of pairs.
Is that right? Okay. Mirror image. It's a great shot from Cam. You feel it's a vital game for Ben and Bryn to get on the board here. Going 4-love down is really digging themselves a hole. Can they find the goods here? Bit of frustration there. Tim trying to find the galleries again. Very keen to get back serving.
15-all. Chase, better than 5. 2 chases. Last gallery and better than 5.
And hits a drive to set a chase instead. Very good play. Good attacking ball. As we see a replay. Chisholm putting Bryn under a bit of pressure.
Yeah, road slightly running out for the number 4 seeds. 3 games separate Camden and Tim from Saturday's final.
I felt very much like that at this stage in the 3rd set on day 1 though, in fairness. They found a way.
That's so true.
Lost it. More than a yard worse than last gallery.
Yeah, they'll want to leave everything out there. They'll want to give this set absolutely everything that they've got.
6-2, 6-2, 4-2, and it was looking unlikely. And they suddenly found a bit of rhythm, but they're going to need a similar sort of performance now if they're going to keep this match alive. That's a fantastic shot, isn't it?
40-15.
Beautifully done from Cam. Just such good control. It almost looks like he was never going to miss it. And obviously a great angle from that wide on the court.
Oh.
If that one had gone grill as well, that would have been quite something. That might have caught edge
inside edge, perhaps. Inside edge dead, don't you think?
Kicked across, good adjustment.
I'd love to see the replay of that. It might even be this rally because they switched halfway through, I think.
Yeah. Let's see what happens.
So
good drive from Camden. Back cross. There we go.
There it is.
Great adjustment from Cam. Covers everything.
40-15.
He'll be disappointed not to get the grill on that one. That's what he was going for. Lefty railroad
again. Oh, well played.
Beautiful hands.
Would have cushioned that one in and around the timbre.
30-40. Game. That's 4 games to love.
The fourth game does go the world champions' way. Good heat from Tim there. One more error, 1 game closer.
Yeah, another step closer for the reigning world champs and the #1 seeds.
Okay.
Change up of serve there, I think. Ben just coming around that high serve rather than under it. Trying to pin down the return.
It's a good shot there from Ben.
Gets a result there. Slightly longer cut volley from Cam. Gets the chance. Looks like he's going to stick with this serve.
Well played, well played. Here we go.
Well, he's getting them.
A bit of momentum.
Get them into the rally. You know, that's a couple of slightly less, again, all things relative, but slightly less aggressive cut volleys from Cam.
And again, Tim finding the gallery.
Yeah, good change up
The
from
gallery
Cam.
machine.
Down the line, so a little bit weaker, but gave the angle for Tim. Finds the galleries. They'll march back down the service end and look to serve out this set. Is this how you saw the match going? If we look back to sort of yesterday morning and you were looking ahead to it, is this what you were expecting, or has anything surprised you between the 4 players?
Yeah, it's always tough to say. I know Ben and Bryn were very up for it.
30 love, receivers lead.
It's just tough to bet against Cam and Tim, you know, in this sort of matchup. First seeds versus 4 seeds. They've very rarely troubled on the doubles court. But it's fine margins, isn't it? You know, imagine if they'd won that 6-5 in that first set, and at the moment it was 2-3 instead of 4-1. Suddenly that sort of mental boost and positivity, it could be a very different scenario right now. It is fine margins, but from here it's tough to see anything other than a Camden win.
Yeah, I mean the difference, you know, between 3-2 and 4-1 is absolute night and day. You know, 3-2 they're within a set, absolute touching distance.
Having just won that set as well,
Of course,
you know, with
with
a
them.
big boost of confidence. Oh, that's great play from BTM. Gets the game 1 game to 4.
1 game to 4.
Same set and game score. Just a couple of the crowd find their seats.
Yeah, just need to get to 40-15 and it'll be a perfect scoreboard.
1-4.
Good shot from
15
Cam
up.
there. Don't quite know what happened. Maybe that serve wasn't the cleanest.
Call from the dead on Neil McKenzie, assistant marker for this match.
They've done a great job, haven't they, Darren and Neil? Oh, that's what a shot.
Right. I mean, that is
Absolute rocket.
absolutely flown into the grill
30 love.
there from Cam. He's
Crowd and the dead on
accelerated
enjoying that one.
their grill count almost single-handedly.
Oh, Tim having his turn now.
Tim wanted to join the party.
I think I can smell blood.
They want double figures before the end.
First gallery.
Yeah, good read from Bryn. You feel like maybe just spotted
40
Tim
love, 1 chase.
diving across. Gallery's open.
Absolutely, yeah, sliding across the court there. Oh, there's that grill from Camden earlier.
Just gets there so quickly that he's got the time to kind of balance himself and strike it cleanly, whereas I think a lot of players that might have got there are going to be scraping it back, and it's just that small advantage.
Just yeah, I'd be happy to be in the vicinity, Ben. Never mind getting there, setting yourself and smashing a grill at 100 miles an hour. Incredible play from Camden. Got a few points to pull away to 5-1. Ben and Bryn really need
Ball
something
to
here.
love. Receivers lead. Chase the first gallery. Fault.
It's a good pickup from Ben, but Cam is just there, seeing it so early.
He's just so much further up the court, I think, than what anyone else is going to
Popped
be.
up like whack-a-mole, ready to pepper poor Bryn's ankles there.
Jumped up like Sampras, daggered it down at Ben's feet, Bryn's feet. So hard to deal with.
5-1, one game away from the final. It's fallen awkwardly.
Yeah, a little bit of luck for Camden there.
Level.
Not sure it's quite what he was aiming for, but he'll take that result.
Go.
Good pressure from Camden.
15 love.
Looked like he was going to hit main more, and he's just pulled it straight instead.
Good heat in that one. Running off as Mr. Hamburg joining
30
from
love.
Denmark, asking how old are these players. Well, we've got the early 40-year-olds at the service end.
I believe Cam's 38, I read in the programme.
Late 30s for Cam, and then Tim bringing a youthful energy to proceedings at 56, I think it is. So almost averaging out at the same age, the pairs, but it's the Americans coming down to the service end who just about have experience on their side. But I mean, 4 wonderfully experienced players who've all played in World Championship doubles finals, but it's looking like Tim and Cam, the reigning champs, that are set to proceed to Saturdays.
Oh, he wanted to do that with the winning gallery.
And they take it at the first time of asking. The reigning world champs, a dominant display. They were pushed all the way in that 5th set. They faced 2 set points, but they were clinical when it mattered most. They seal the match 6-2, 6-2, 5-6, 6-3, 6-5, 6-1. It's 5-1 in this best of 9 match. The same scoreline as in Chicago 2 years ago. Lewis, your thoughts on that match?
Well, it's a fantastic display of tennis from Cam and Tim. You know, ball striking, fantastic. Movement around the court and the dynamic positioning. It's not something you get to see in many pairs, and they really show why they are the world number ones and the current holders of the World Championship.
Absolutely, and you know, kind of almost getting into flow state, as Camden might put it, into that last set there. You see 22 minutes, the shortest set of the match, and indeed the day there. Ominous signs for their opposition at the weekend, so we can now confirm it will be Tim Chisholm and Camden Riviere up against John Lumley and Steve Virgona. It's a rematch of the World Championship 2 years ago, won by Camden and Tim. It's a rematch of the US Open final from this year, which went the other way. So how do you see that looking at the weekend, Lewis?
I think that's a very exciting match. I think, you know, a couple of years ago in Chicago they had a very good battle. Cam and Tim still had a bit too much, and it was only a few weeks ago, 3 or 4 weeks ago in Chicago again at the US Open. It was the first time that Cam and Tim have lost a doubles match in quite a long time.
Sure, it's
I think something like 13 years.
13 years indeed.
and Steve and John on fine form, played very well in their match today and yesterday. I think they're going to be very keen to carry on their winning streak of one match over Cam and Tim, and I think we're in for a treat.
Yeah, both pairs kind of showing their obviously their prowess, but also their sort of match mindset and resilience, because both pairs today had sets where it kind of looked like they were going to lose it, where it looked like they might be down in the set, the final set of John and Steve's match, the penultimate set of this match here. So just showing that they can really pull it out in the big moments, as well as obviously playing at the very top of their games when they get into it. So it'll be really interesting to see how that goes. We've obviously got a day off before that Saturday final. If you're free this weekend, if you're within touching distance of Moreton Morrell, get yourself on the Moreton Morrell Real Tennis website. Check out the very last tickets available for the final. You will be seeing the two best Real Tennis double pairs in the world. You will be seeing an absolutely world-class final there, and it's been two world-class semi-finals that we've seen here this week.
Keep going. Yeah, we can keep going.
Agree. It's going to be an absolute feast for the eyes. The Real Tennis fans, UK based, it's not that far. Get yourselves here, see it live, and enjoy the speed of it all.
As we go to the court for an on-court interview with
stuff.
Giles
Thank
Doyle.
you very much. We're on court now with our two finalists in the World Doubles Championship.
Just sort out the audio issues.
Yeah, Tim Chisholm. You guys have obviously been here before, but that must sound pretty good to be through to another final.
Of course. It's that's the goal. The goal is to come here and defend, and we've been lucky enough to be in the finals. What is this, our sixth time? Your seventh? And so can't believe we get to say that. That's pretty cool. But yeah, it's just great to have made it back through.
And I guess most of the damage, I guess, was kind of done yesterday in terms of the scoreline, taking a 3-1 lead into things today. But in that fifth set, they didn't make it easy for you. They really kind of pushed you all the way in that fifth set.
Totally. I mean, Bryn are as solid as they come. They are. They're never going to give us anything. So that fifth set was good for us to get, and then we kind of rolled from there.
I guess particularly, looking a little bit maybe at some of what their tactics have been. I think we were kind of noticing quite a lot of their shots kind of coming towards your direction, and maybe Cam kind of maybe bringing you out of the game a little bit. But you seem to kind of soak that up and kind of relish the opportunity.
Heck, if I was playing me at 50 some odd years old with 3 artificial joints, I'd hit the ball. So I think it'll be the same thing this weekend. So we've been there, done that. We'll see what happens.
Fantastic stuff. Congratulations, gents. Best of luck over the weekend. Back to you, Lewis and Benedict.
They seem to be having a game plan of directing that ball maybe to one side of the court more than the other.
Fantastic. Some great insights there from Tim and Cam, reflecting on their victory and looking ahead to the weekend to come. Have a little look at the set 6 summary there. So not so many targets we saw, just the one winning gallery and 3 grills from Camden and Tim. Ben and Bryn not able to find quite as effective a way to win points, down at 38% serves won, 78% from the reigning champs.
It was just really as Cam and Tim, as you say, got into flow state, and very, very few errors from them, very attacking play, and Ben and Bryn starting to struggle at that point. As we see the day 2 summary, an hours of play today, quite a high grill count from Tim and Cam. Very good play throughout, and impressive again, Tim and Cam.
Impressive again, a really dominant display over these 2 days. Ben and Bryn, we were pleased to have stolen that third set yesterday. They played beautifully to claw that one back and get on the board, which set up for a great day today. They might be reflecting on those couple of set points in set 5 and wishing they could have just gone the other way. But a great match overall. It is the seeds, the number 1 and 2 seeds, that have won through in this tournament. So it's the match-up at the weekend that perhaps the world rankings predicted, though not everyone would have expected. So it's 5-1 in both semi-finals, dominant displays from the best players in the world, and a wonderful final to look forward to at the weekend.
There we see it, the final scores from the semi-finals, and we're going to have John Lumley and Steve Virgona versus Riviere and Tim Chisholm here at Moreton Morrell this weekend. Saturday, day 1, 4 sets, and then the remaining sets on day 2, Sunday, both in the afternoon. Get your tickets now, and we will look forward to seeing you then. I've been Lewis Williams, and I've been joined by Ben Gatenbeek on the producing, and Ben Yorston, my co-commentator. Thanks for having us.
See you on Saturday. Thanks so much.